Hello you guys, welcome back. So today I have for you some easy Halloween DIYs. So starting off, I want to make a cute little ghost garland using these little toy pieces I picked up at Dollar Tree. The white flower sack was also picked up at Dollar Tree. I'm going to start off by painting the top of these white just so it doesn't show through our flower sack. So I thought these would make cute ghosts only because they have that white little piece at the bottom that I feel like will give the flower sack shape of a ghost. So if you come across these, pick them up. So I don't do full coverage on these, I just do enough so it doesn't come through the flower sack. So instead of cutting these up with some scissors, I went ahead and ripped them up just freehand. I think I did 9 by 10 squares, and that was enough to make the 8 ghosts with one towel sack. So I'm going to go ahead and put it over our little toy piece here. Using the same edge that I took off of the towels, I'm going to go ahead and tie it around the bottom of the red piece. You don't have to do this part because I still feel like they look good even without it. I just chose to do it. Then using this random wire that I had in my stash, I'm going to cut little small pieces just to make like a little hook to where I can string them through some jute. Then I'm just gonna put some little eyes on them, so just freehand. You know, they don't have to be perfect. It just gives them more of a handmade look, and I really do like that. Then using these little trees I picked up from the Dollar Tree, I'm going to go ahead and glue them down to this wood salvage. I think it was from like a bedpost or something. I do this just so I can give them some height. Then I am going to add some moss to the bottom of these, and that is all I'm going to do to them. I know moss can get really messy, but I just like the look of it. But you can totally skip this part. You can even take off the bottom circle of the tree and just stick the wire into whatever piece you're going to stick them to, and that's okay too. And I am on a Halloween kick right now, but I will be doing some fall DIYs very soon. So I picked these up at the Dollar Tree. I want to recreate this look I saw. They were like floating tapered candles. So I'm going to try and recreate them with these from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to start off by adding some hot glue just to make it look like it is melted candle wax. Then I'm going to get some ink Waverly chalk paint, and I'm going to go ahead and give them 2 coats of black chalk paint. I know that Dollar Tree has longer tapered battery operated candles. I just didn't see them at the Dollar Tree that I went to. I also didn't like that these didn't have a warm light. It's more of a bluish, which I prefer more warm. So if you see the longer ones, I feel like those would be even cuter. Lastly, I'm just going to add some gilding wax to the places where I put the hot glue just so it could stand out a little bit more. I hang these from a clear fishing line with a little bit of hot glue, and that just makes them look like they're floating. Next up, using these cans straight out of the kitchen, I just cleaned them up. I'm going to give them 2 coats of Waverly chalk paint in the color Ivory. Then using this napkin that I picked up at the Dollar Tree last year, which I don't think they have them out yet, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find them again. I'm going to go ahead and decoupage them onto my can here using some Mod Podge. Being that it is a round surface, I go ahead and work in small sections. I'm going to use the saran wrap here just to help me smooth out some of the wrinkles and get it better adhered to my can. And I don't want a straight cut edge with this. I'm going to go ahead and use this paintbrush with a little bit of water just to wet the napkin so I can tear it off a little bit easier and it won't have such a straight edge. I set these aside to dry, and then using my sanding block, I'm going to go ahead and take off all the excess. And again, using the hot glue technique, I'm going to go ahead and create some wax drips on the edge of my can. Before I move on to the next step, I'm going to go ahead and let these dry completely overnight. Not necessarily the hot glue because that dries quick, but I do want to make sure my Mod Podge is completely dry. I don't want to tear my napkin. And this is where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and add some Waverly Antique Wax over my napkin here. I tried not to let the antique wax sit too long, only because I don't want it to get too dark and then you won't be able to see the image underneath. And just highlighting the drips here with some gilding wax as well. And these are by far my favorite so far. Very inexpensive to make. I went ahead and added some moss to them with a little tea light candle, and here is the end result. Next up, I just want to create a floral arrangement for my entryway. I went ahead and picked these up at Walmart. I think they were $5.98 each. These two picks I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And my urn here is a thrift store find, I believe. So anytime I pick up floral bundles, I go ahead and cut them up. I like to arrange them in my own way. I'm by far no florist here. I start with my taller stems. Went ahead and added some moss to the bottom of my urn here. I start arranging them. I do end up cutting some of the ones in the front shorter just so we can hide the stems at the bottom. I do end up using some filler stems from the Dollar Tree, which you will see me add here in just a second. I do like to do this only because it gives it more of a higher end look, and it makes it more yours. So here I'm going to go ahead and add these stems. These are picked up at the Dollar Tree. I go ahead and just open them up just so they can be spread out. And I just go ahead and stick them in wherever you see any empty spaces. So I go ahead and give it a good fluffing and we'll be all done. And stay tuned for the end result. Next up, I'm just going to create two floating ghosts using these foam balls I picked up at the Goodwill bins and these flour sack towels from Dollar Tree again. These will be sitting on some pillars candle pillars. I'm just using this one to guide me. I'm gonna go ahead and add some glue to the top of this just so my towel doesn't move around. I do end up using the steamer just to take out some of these wrinkles. I just used this stencil sponge just to get some eyes on him, and then I'll be all done. These may get a little tweaking, maybe like adding some little arms to him, and also put some lights underneath, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm just going to do with what I have. So I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I hope y'all like what I created today. Let me know which one was your favorite. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.